document.
Attention all personnel. Research patrols are a crucial facet of our operation here in the Commonwealth.
Make it quick.
Any Brotherhood soldiers that have not received a research patrol assignment should speak to Proctor Quinlan immediately.
You know those synths with the plastic faces? They creep me the heck out.
If you're here to talk me into working on...
Doctor.
If you're here to talk me into working on Liberty Prime, you can forget it.
You promised you'd help us.
You're right, I did. But you neglected to mention that I'd be asked to work on. I've been down this road with the Brotherhood, but why would I make the same mistake?
If not for the Brotherhood, do it for Dr. Virgil.
You must know what goes on here isn't right.
What they did to Dr. Virgil was cruel.
Sure.
You really know how to push my buttons, don't you? Tell Proctor Ingram to get her scribes ready. It's going to take a hell of a lot of work to get Liberty Prime back.
Hey.
Yes, sir?
Codsworth.
Here you go.
I think it's best if we went...
Right then, sir. You...
If we want to win the people's hearts and minds, we have to spread the word, brother, across the planet.
When it comes to keeping the Pribble running, Proctor Ingram's the best.
Careful of radiation near any plane debris, sir.
Proctor Ingram.
Well, things are off to a good start. Isn't that right, Doctor?
I hope so. Prime suffered some significant damage to his memory core. I wish your people would have been a bit more careful, Proctor. The good news is that the damage isn't irreversible, and I should be able to get the power flowing into his CPU core without overloading. If your people stay out of my way, that is.
Charming, isn't she?
Sorry about that, Ingram.
Don't worry about it. We might be butting heads on a few issues, but I've dealt... Besides, Dr. Lee's worth all... We're working with one of Prime's original designers. In fact, since things are going so well, we're gonna have you start building his electromagnetic...
Sure. Anything you need?
That's what I love about you. You're ready to leap into action, and I bet you don't have the faintest idea. The actuators are what allows Liberty Prime's arms and legs. Prime's new limbs. We're gonna have to rip those out. What we need you to do.
Now that you know what the actuators are, you need to know how to... These are the plans, and
Now, before you get that... The only thing, according to Proctor, we've already sent out...
once you start building, good luck.
Liberating the Commonwealth is a huge responsibility.
Так. Так странно, раньше вроде можно было. Так, и что, и куда мне сейчас шуровать надо? Куда? Так, до сюда сейчас быстренько сгоняем. Во время бега вы создаете больше шума, да ладно. Тогда почему на картинке изображен, блин, стелс-бой? В сумочке. Ладно. В сумочке еще ладно. Но почему здесь стелс-бой, хотя тут вообще про скрытость говорится? Да ё-моё! Доели уже. Медведь. Где я, угой? Больница Милтон, да, я здесь был. Чё? Объясните мне тот факт, что я криолятором взорвал машину. Ладно, логика отсутствует, но нам она здесь и не нужна даже. Учитывая, что куча комплектов силовой брони стоит буквально на лифте, можно так сказать. К нему верните. Спите. Болты есть. Дайте мне мои болты. Дайте мне болты. Мне только болты нужны. Мне нужны болты. Не укольные, ну и оптическое волокно, конечно. Что ты себе алюминиевую банку присвоил? Моя банка, не твоя. Мы сейчас уедем куда-нибудь наверх, да? А нет, мы наоборот не съедем. Так, средний замок, ничего страшного. Шпилька. Это водка, я думаю, это мне почему-то показалось. Я никогда здесь сейфа не замечал. Откуда он тут? Кто сюда сейф пришпандорил? Объясните мне. Так-то лучше. Генетический.
Protect and serve.
Is the missus feeling jittery and distracted? Perhaps she's suffering from what leading doctors of please
Remain calm if you are injured. Going up. Second floor.
сюда надо прыгнуть. Да, здесь дверь открыта. Значит, надо сюда. Затем, вероятно, сюда. Так. Так. Да ё-моё, мы здесь уже были. Блин. Я не хочу что-то использовать, не составляйте меня. Не заставляйте меня что-то использовать. То вот, блин, чертова дверь сломалась. Так, сейчас действуем так же, то есть... Вернемся к повседневной скуке. Все брысь отсюда. Да господи, у вас что, болтов нету, блин? Куча ведер с гайками. И нету болтов. Так, я хочу теперь до конца исследовать этот этаж. Эй, эти роботы сами на меня напали, их не трогаю. Угу. Нет! Не туда! Я не туда зашел! Господи! Давай, давай, загружайся, загружайся. Загружайся, 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 загружайся. Чтобы я мог зайти, блин, обратно. О, прикольно. Буря стихала. Стихала. Что это еще такое?
dangerous fugitive is on the loose. Do not attempt to apprehend. Going up. Second floor. Attention. Fugitives should be considered armed and dangerous.
Oh god. More rat on the stick was a really bad idea.
Ingram?
That's all 4 actuators. Delivered and done. Nice work.
Right on schedule. I've completed the restoration of Prime's basic functions, and he's ready to go. In fact, it's getting difficult to explain to the system why it can't move right now.
Well, as soon as my scribes get those actuators in place, we'll have his arms and legs installed in no time. Which brings me to your next assignment. It won't be long before Prime can walk and talk, but he's missing one last... Without them, his offensive systems aren't operating.
Uh-huh. Shouldn't be a problem. Just don't...
I wish I could.
Right.
Prime's bomb pack is fitted for Mark 28 nuclear bombs. The same type of bombs that were The Commonwealth was a major staging area for the military's Air Force, so but since we arrived, our scouting teams have...
That's going to be a problem. Without a fully loaded nuke pack, Prime won't have the firepower to take.
Uh-huh. She's right.
Of course she's right. But before you give up hope,
Sure.
Proctor Quinlan has located some records. We're fair the catch.
I'll head out there immediately.
Good. Scribe Hay, I
Uh-huh.
suggest you head out there first. Hopefully by the time... Good luck, Knight.
Who's there?
Excuse me, Scribe Halen.
It's good to see you again, Knight. You've come a long way since you stumbled.
Thanks, Halen. I assume the place is still in...
We're doing the best that we can. We've had the occasional synth attack, but thanks to the reinforcements and the air support, I'd say that's like...
That's not surprising, after all.
I appreciate that. Anyway, I know you don't have time for small talk, so I've had the men... We've rigged up this... When you find the bomb, after that you...
Doesn't sound too...
Ah, no. Not at all. You're only... Look,
Uh-huh.
if you don't, good luck, Knight.
State your purpose, stranger. You walk on apple.
Right. I'm looking for some bombs.
You trivialize that which resides here. The children.
You know what?
Your anger will not bring you closer to Atom. You will leave this place at once, or face Atom.
This is your last warning.
No! Your time on this world.
Ambush. Defensive protocols engaged.
Don't have the password. Proctor Ingram?
Looks like the Mark 28s are gonna do the trick. That was a good find.
I'll work with your team to ensure that Prime's bombs remain stable after they're loaded into his pack. It won't be too much of a problem.
Well, Dr. Lee, I have to admit, we couldn't have done this without you.
It's a little early to begin celebrating, Proctor Ingram. We haven't fully thrown the switch on Liberty Prime, and I'm just hoping all the work I've done to keep his system stable are gonna hold.
I have full confidence in the abilities of every...
I appreciate that.
Proctor, all the readouts look green?
Actually, I think I'm gonna let... After all, without your help...
It would be better if a trained technician performed that task, but...
Right.
Liberty Prime, back online.
Alright, let's run a basic diagnostic on him.
Diagnostic command accepted.
Give him a moment. He needs to adjust to his new configuration.
Voice module online. Audio functionality test initialized. Designation: Liberty Prime Mark II. Mission: the liberation of Anchorage, Alaska. Primary targets: any and all red Chinese invaders.
Now let me run a system analysis and battle readiness check.
Liberty Prime, full system analysis. All systems nominal. Weapons hot. Warning: nuclear weapon payload depleted. Reload required.
Господи, можно побыстрее?
Warning: power core offline. Running on external power only. Core restart recommended.
Наркобалка. Тут что, АЭС, что ли, наркобалки, блин?
Ability to repel red Chinese invaders compromised.
По-моему, у него вообще не помогло. Ребята, отошел оттуда. Этой баллистики.
Well, I have to admit, wasn't sure we'd be able to pull it off.
With him on our side.
I couldn't agree with you. Before you head off to your next assignment,
Да господи.
this little beauty myself. I think it'll...
Что это?
It'll do, I suppose.
Well, that's... Anyway, that's enough.
Ладно, хватит.
Elder Maxon said he needed to speak to you. And thank you.
До меня можно уже, мне кажется, до стражи повышать. О. Чтобы повысить, так. Заодно хоть цены станут повыгоднее. Прайм обретенный. Я уже, спасибо, я уже знаю. Значит, а слепое предательство. Слепое предательство. Офигеть. У меня харизма. По местам.
Is there anything you wish to tell, Knight?
Not at all.
I find that very hard to believe. Proctor Quinlan completed the decryption of the data you were... A portion of his findings included a list of synths that went missing. After careful analysis of the information, Paladin Dance is a perfect match for one of the...
That's impossible.
I'm afraid not. The data you brought back included a record of each subject's DNA. We keep the same information on file for all of them. Paladin Dance's DNA is a perfect match for a synth they called M79. To make matters worse, he's gone. His sudden absence simply reinforces our conclusion that M797 and Paladin Dance... I'm finding it difficult to believe that he never confided in you. And then...
You have to believe me. He never...
Apparently, which means I've decided to take you at your word. However, that doesn't absolve you of... Dance is a synth. He represents everything we hate. A monstrosity.
Sure.
Our mission in the Commonwealth is clear. The Institute and its creations need to be destroyed in order to preserve our future. Which leaves me facing the most difficult order I've ever given. I'm ordering you.
I won't do it.
You will do it. I'm giving you a direct order, Knight. Listen, I'm not blind to the fact that Dance was your mentor. And this is... But if we're to remain strong, we can't afford to make exceptions. Even when it... Find Proctor Quinlan. He's been analyzed... And Knight, you're dismissed.
Attention. Halbert pilot to station Epsilon. Halbert pilot report to station Epsilon.
Knight.
That is all.
I was told you were coming. Sorry about this business with Dance.
He'll be missed.
Doubt. I was merely sorry that you did. I've been poring over Dance's duty reports and as you're well aware, Dance had intimate... I think our best approach would be to identify... You may want to get comfortable.
Sure.
What the hell is this crap about Dance?
I assume your outburst was a reference to some doubt regarding Dance's...
So he sets Dance up, and then...
Right. I don't like your tone, Halen.
My tone. Who cares about protocol? I can't believe that after everything Paladin Dance did for you, you're just gonna... There's obviously been a mistake, and we need to get to the...
Scribe Halen! You're addressing a senior officer, and you will show him the respect that he's due. Now, unless you're here with information that can assist us...
Of course. I believe I have some information that's...
Very well then. Would you care to enlighten us? Or do we have to wait?
Knight, if you'd accompany me to the flight deck, I'd like to show you the information I've compiled. I've stored the data on my vertibird gunship.
At this point?
Very good, sir.
Proceed, Knight. I'll continue.
If you'll follow me, sir.
Well, if it isn't the man who revived Prime, the...
Scribe Halen?
Do you actually plan on killing Paladin Dance?
I haven't decided.
Well, I've known Paladin Dance. He trained me, showed me the ropes, and when I screwed up, he taught me to dust. He's earned my admiration. I don't care what Quinlan's report says. I don't care if he's a machine.
That's a bold statement.
It's more than just a statement. Dance is the most selfless person I've ever met. That's why I'm asking you. Not just as a member of the Brotherhood, but as a human being. Give him a chance.
Sure.
If you're not convinced by what he says, or somehow he's become...
All right, I'll hear him.
That's all that I'll just have to trust that when the time... It was listening... It's isolated. Just...
Elder Maxon got that scar in his face from going one-on-one with the death... Claw.
Going down. Approach and identify yourself. All law-abiding citizens will not be harmed.
I'm not surprised Maxon sent you.
Sure. I don't understand what's going on.
Believe me, this is more of a shock to me than it is to you. Until Quinlan got that list decoded, I never expected. If it wasn't for Halen, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. So, what are your orders?
No.
Seems obvious to me. Look, I'm not blind to the...
Right.
I wish Maxon had said, but that doesn't change a thing. If you disobey your orders, your synths can't be trusted. Machines were never... Technology that's run amok is what brought the entire world. I need to be...
The empathy that you...
I appreciate what you're trying to... I'm ready to... Maxon's ordered you to execute.
No.
I can't believe you'd risk your life just to keep me alive. Why would you do that for me?
I've already lost my family.
You're right. I should consider how my death might affect the people that care about me. Perhaps now that you've opened my eyes,
Whatever you decide to do.
Thank you, The only clear choice is the sooner I make for the border, the sooner I put this behind.
Sure.
Take my holotags. Use them. Now. Come on.
Going up. Ground floor.
How dare you betray the Brotherhood?
It's not his fault. It's mine.
I'll deal with you in a moment. Knight, why has this thing not been destroyed?
He's not a thing. He's one of your best...
Have you taken leave of your senses? Dance isn't a man. It's a machine. And it wasn't born from the womb of a loving mother.
Sure.
Flesh is flesh. Machine is machine. The two were never meant to intertwine. By attempting to play God, the Institute has taken the sanctity...
After all I've done for the Brotherhood, all the blood I've spilled in our name, how can...
You're the physical embodiment of what we hate most. Look around you, Dance. Look at the scorched earth. Millions, perhaps even billions, died because science outpaced. They called it a new frontier and pushing the envelope, completely disregarding the reaper. Can't you see the same thing? You're a single bomb in an arsenal of thousands, preparing to lay waste.
Dance wants to save mankind.
You're as delusional as you are insubordinate. How can you trust the word of a machine that's had its mind erased, its thoughts those ethics?
It's true. I was built within the confines, but when I saw my brothers dying at my feet, I felt sorrow. And when I heard your speech about saving the Commonwealth, don't you understand? I thought from the moment I was taken in by the Brotherhood, I've done
It's too late for that. The Institute has foolishly chosen to grant you I don't intend. My orders...
It's all right. You convinced me that I was... Whatever you decide.
Right.
Touching. Either you execute Dance.
After all the
Very well.
If Dance dies, then you lose me as well. I can't...
Unbelievable. You'd be... So, it appears we've arrived at an impasse. Allowing... Which leaves me...
Sure.
Dance. As you were pursued and slain by this brother. From this day forward, you are forbidden to set foot on the Pridwin. Should you choose to ignore me. Do we?
I do. Thank you for believing in me, Arthur.
Don't mistake my mercy. The only reason you're still alive. I'm returning to the Pridwin Knight. Take some... We still have the Institute.
Excuse me.
It took a hell of a lot of guts to stand up to me.
Maybe you should leave while you can.
No. Maxon is a man of... As long as I stay out of the Brotherhood's way. I didn't plan on spending the rest of my days at this old listening post. Besides, you're still gonna need my help. And I'll be damned if I'm gonna let you wander the Commonwealth alone. Now, you better get back to the Pridwin. In the meantime, I'll start making this bunker more livable. If you ever need me...
Goodbye, Dance.
Farewell. I hope the next time we meet, it will be under... Shh. I heard something. Over there! Get him!
Glad to have you aboard. Taking off in a moment. Weapons hot and ready to bring the pain, sir. I'm bringing her in. Hang on to something.
You haven't lived until you tipped a Brahmin with a vertebrate.
Reporting is ordered, Elder.
Before we continue, I want to make one thing clear. This conversation will be as far as the Brotherhood of... Do you understand?
Understood.
Good. Of course. Dance's execution creates a missing link. That traitor held quite an important position with us. His quarters and all his possessions are now yours. Congratulations.
I won't disappoint.
Had I even a single doubt, just be aware that a Brotherhood Paladin is... I trust you won't disappoint them. In any event, we still have the Institute to contend with, and a lot of work to do before we can begin on... While the finishing touches are being put onto Liberty Prime, Captain Kells has identified a potential... Report to him immediately for your next assignment. Ad Victoriam.
Ah, Paladin. Good. Now that the unfortunate matter regarding Dance has been settled, we can return to our primary mission.
I'm ready, Captain.
Good, because this mission demands... Now, before we launch our attack on... They're a small but capable group that uses subterfuge and guerrilla tactics to... Our tactical analysis says they could possibly hamper or harm our operation. If we strike them now, we should be...
Why is the railroad...
Even with their relatively small numbers, the railroad is a constant. They've already proven to be resilient against superior forces. With a knack for worse still, they possess the capability. If we intend to end destroying the railroad, to that end, here's a list of the 5 targets we believe would cause a
Consider it done.
Thank you, Paladin. Now, before you depart, Proctor Ingram has a...
Our sources tell us that the railroad has some sort of... They're calling it the predictive analytic machine. They use the robot. If you could... I'm certain we could...
I'll try to get it back here.
Good.
I'm certain you'll do. When you're ready, they'll provide them. Ad Victoriam.
Your promotion was well deserved, Paladin.
А, это кандидат Браса, так тихо. Я убила, я чуть его не убил. Заморожу! Кто у нас? Кто у нас кто? Блин. Хватит тут воевать уже. Боже, грязь. Уже второй раз убиваю подземку. Так ее жалко. Яка, нет! Может тебя не убивать, а? Можно оставить хотя бы кого-то в живых? Корреалятор! Я просто все хочу взять, чтобы потом... Я просто хочу все взять. Так, что у нас дальше идет там? Что у нас там дальше? Это, вероятно, финальная миссия, которую мы на сегодня выполним. И все потом. Нет, больно-то как моему сердцу. Наверное, сейчас у этой Галори или кого там... у Дездемоны. Сейчас такие, блин, зря мы его впустили, надо его убить. Мне кажется, у него еще примерно примерно такие мысли внутри. Галори, я тебя сейчас заморожу. Все, закрой пушку. Прекрати стрелять. Я, по-моему, особенно миниган. Нет, пизда. Кто тут? Дьякон. Бедный дьякон. Он был моим любимчиком. Пам. Что, мне на жопу нужно?
Security mode enabled. Voice interface is unavailable at this time.
И как вы хотите, чтобы я перепрограммировал ее здесь? Сейчас будем искать, потому что оно где-то должно быть. Как я не хочу в интернет лезть. Так, здесь можно сюда какую-нибудь? Вот. Спасибо. Так, где? Что, кривомина? Да ё-моё, выпустите меня отсюда, ладно, я сейчас на паузу поставлю и вернусь. я на бритване. И вот. Да, здравствуйте, здравствуйте. Блин, так было жалко убивать подземку. Но ничего не делать.
Well, it appears that the railroad won't be a hindrance.
What's going to happen to their head?
The location doesn't hold tactical.
Так что мы просто разметим там небольшой.
I'm also pleased you managed to secure. We are having it brought to the
На самом
where it will be installed. It's an amazing piece of
это удивительно, объект довольно технологий.
Speaking of pre-war technology, Proctor Ingram is putting the congratulations. Ad Victoria.
Спасибо, блин. Короче, всем спасибо за просмотр. Всем пока.